Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Might have just heard Ben talk about his lighting there. To start off the show, why not? Our hiatus ends. You see the title. Simple, gets to the point. Ben and I have not done one exactly 2 weeks ago and 4 minutes ago was our interview with Dave Redson, Big Ten Network lead host. That was awesome. That was a treat for sure. My favorite podcast interview I've ever done, and I'm assuming Ben's too. But this week we're going back to our roots, or this episode I should say. I've done 2 separate uploads. Forget the names of them. I did a solo podcast. Didn't really enjoy it. And then Notre Dame football recruiting update. But yeah, we're back. These are my favorite. And Ben joins me too, which I like. Ben, upset of the week, college football. Let's hear it this upcoming week.
Oh, wow. Putting me on the spot. Let me, how about you go with your yours first? Because I have not.
All right, Minnesota over Michigan.
It's not really, it's barely an upset.
I mean, Michigan's ranked higher, and that's a horrible call by the rankings committee. They're only doing that because of Michigan's name and the money that's exchanged behind the scenes. But I've number 21 Minnesota taking care of number 18 Michigan on Saturday Night Football on ABC.
All right. Well, I think if it qualifies as an upset, South Carolina over Auburn. I don't even know.
Ben, that was last week.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's holy. All right. Wait. No. South Carolina.
That game already happened.
I know. I need to see. I forget. Okay. Never mind. Ole Miss over Auburn. I know Ole Miss is coming off a rough game. I think Auburn with Bo Nix right now.
Maybe a bench Bo Nix.
Not looking too pretty.
You know, I think Auburn might go after one of these big transfer guys.
I mean, they might have to. I thought Bo Nix was going to have a good year this year, but so far hasn't happened.
I think Carson Beck, Georgia, current 3rd-string quarterback, 4th-string quarterback.
Do you want a 4th string coming in now?
Yes, 5-star recruit. It's so stupid, Ben. These kids think they're getting promised. JT Daniels transfers. He would be 5th string. So I don't see him getting playing time. And then when it's his turn, there'll be a very highly touted, probably sophomore at the time, Brock Vandergriff, who's a 5-star, top 20 player nationally. Another game to be watching out for in an upset this week might be a shocker. I don't know if Ben will necessarily agree with me here on this one, but Illinois over Wisconsin. I think this is going to be close. I want to talk spreads. I want to talk not gambling, but I want to talk a little bit more gambling this episode.
Let's get into it.
Ben and I cannot gamble. But Wisconsin with the 20-point favorite, minus 20 for the Badgers in Camp Randall Stadium on a Friday night, Big Ten Network. Dave Redson will have the pregame coverage for you there. I think Illinois is gonna make it a tight one. At least 7 or 8 points will be the difference. Brandon Peters, ex-Michigan quarterback.
Wasn't too pretty at Michigan. I'm not too optimistic about how he's going to do in Illinois.
Who does Wisconsin have?
Jack Cohn, I think. Last year he was okay. Look, Wisconsin was all about the run game. It's always been about the run game.
Oh, Graham Mertz. He was a top recruit, or not like a top.
Jack Cohn is going to be the starter though, I think, or at least he was last year. So.
No, probably.
But if he struggles, but I think he'll actually do all right. He was okay last year. I still think Wisconsin's going to win this game pretty easily.
I'd take the under there. All right,
I'd probably pick the under.
I take Illinois covering.
I would too, but I'm not saying I don't think they're upsetting at all. I don't think it's an upset watch game.
I'm enjoying this. We don't have I didn't even write a document of what we're gonna have to cover tonight. We haven't met in so long. We're just
How do we feel?
Anything.
How do we feel about some American action? SMU versus Cincinnati.
I
think Cincinnati is going to win.
I think Minnesota's going to be blowing out Michigan. So I'm probably going to be tuning into that game early.
Not on top.
SMU with the 2.5 point.
That's kind of a shocking spread to me.
I'm taking Cincinnati.
I'm also taking Cincinnati. The spread I had for my college news website had Cincinnati at 1. So so there's some like different spreads going around here. But
yeah, if I could gamble, I wish I could put in my money right now.
We'll see how that goes.
Penn State 6.5 against Indiana. I'm taking Penn State there.
We thought Indiana might be a sleeper.
I think they are, but Penn State's better than 6.5. That should be a 10, 15-point win.
Yeah.
Penn State.
Let's go over to.
Kind of agree with all the other spreads. Bama, I think they're going to beat Tennessee by more than 21. But it is home for Knoxville, and Tennessee usually gives Bama a little bit of a problem.
I'm looking in the Big 12 right now, and Oklahoma State's only a 3.5 point favorite over Iowa State.
Iowa State always makes these games close.
You think that's a good spread? I think I would go Oklahoma State there because 3.5. That's such a small spread in my opinion.
Maybe Ben. Wow, man. North Carolina minus 16.
After what happened last week?
Taking NC State.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go over to the Pac-12, which is kind of up, no games. Mountain West.
Best chance to reach playoff. Notre Dame is not top 10. Is that an insult or what?
Okay, I'm going to explain.
Clemson is a 45.5-point favorite.
Let's talk about Notre Dame briefly because 2 straight weeks. Actually, I've been pretty underwhelmed by Notre Dame this entire season. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe they blew at South Florida.
No, sure, but the passing game, terrible. Not gonna lie.
12-7 against a fairly mediocre Louisville team. I think we had high hopes for Louisville this year.
Our defense was insane, Ben. Our defense was nuts. Our defense is so good. Clark Lee, I kind of wish they just fired Ryan Kelly and put in Clark Lee, but.
Nah. Because defensive coordinators are best at what they do, and they're not meant to coach necessarily.
And I think Clark Lee will go coach, and it won't work out well. But
I just want to tell you, Louisville is not the most high-powered offense. Their highest output this year was 35 against Western Kentucky, so I don't think that was that impressive. It was impressive. Allowing any ACC team to only 7 points is pretty impressive, but it might not have been as impressive as you think.
All right, Ben. Timothy Beatson, let's hear it. Timothy Beatson then commented, let's hear it. I'll show it on screen for proof. Oh, they're all go ahead, D. If we were to invite them to the show, it'd be absolute madness. So I'm sorry, Monster and Timothy Beatson.
Oh, they're watching? Both
Ben, did you see my trade? We could talk on I went to Greg and I said, Greg, do you want to join the show? Getting a few of our fantasy football league members in the show's prior episodes. Maybe it's time for a Greg appearance, but he said no. He said I'm playing 2K with the boys, and I said okay. So that's respectable.
I'm looking at something right now. This is a graphic on ESPN that has BYU at a 10% chance to make the playoff. That shocks me a little bit just because it's BYU, and I can't see an independent team other than Notre Dame making the playoff.
I think Cincinnati's the best odds because if Cincinnati blows out SMU tonight, they're going to be top 16. It'll probably be Ohio State at 3, Bama or Clemson, depending on what happened at 1 and 2. And then at 4, Notre Dame.
But I think there's too many teams in Cincinnati's
Oklahoma
way because
State, Cincinnati.
If the Pac-12 plays through their season and nothing happens, then you got Oregon in your way, maybe USC in your way. Ohio State's there, obviously Alabama, Clemson. There's the SEC, ACC, Big Ten. There's too many teams in their way.
There are a lot of teams, but if there's going to be a year for a non-Power 5 to make it, it's this year.
I'm just going to reverse topic real quick. I'm briefly going to talk about the MLB just because everyone was saying
it's October baseball. It's fabulous.
Everyone was saying that crazy 2020, we're having this weird baseball format. Some weird teams are going to make it really far. We have the 2 top teams in the MLB in the World Series, and I think it's almost like in a way fitting, kind of like not what anyone expected. Everyone expected the unexpected. In the end, we got the 2 best teams in baseball. Who do you got, Brad, winning the World Series?
Dodgers. I think it'll be a close series. I think it could be a 7. I think it's at least going to be a 6-game series. Monster, I'm going to have to delete and time you out. I'm sorry. that is not allowed. He said he dropped an F-bomb with things in it, but I'm sorry, Monster. I think it's Dodgers. I've been saying it all along. I had the Dodgers winning when they were down 3-1. That's how confident I am. They deserve one, and I think they have the talent and they have the right people around them to do it. Without David Price. David Price is in this, I'm locked. But Rays management and development and coaching is by far the best in baseball. In my
I think this is the Rays' year. I've been more impressed by the Rays. I
opinion.
know they
you wanna make something with it? Will you shake?
I'm not going to shake on it, but I'm saying the Rays have kind of everything going. They don't have a star necessarily, but they have such a solid group of players. Breakout guys like Randy Arozarena, a strong pitching staff. Charlie Morton's really good. They got a great group of relievers.
Well, when the Cardinals, he was on the Cardinals prior, correct?
Astros, I think. Charlie Morton? Or
No,
are you talking about
Arozarena.
Arozarena? He might have been. I think he was pretty bad though.
Yeah, he was, and I traded him.
The Rays have a great. The Rays developmental system is definitely one of the best.
Best in all sports, maybe. The kid on the Rays is an alien. I agree with that, Tim.
If any team deserved to win the World Series other than the Dodgers this year, it's the Tampa Bay Rays, and I'm kind of rooting for them. I kind of think they could do it this year. So that's my take on it.
I agree. Then not a horrible take there. Talk NFL football for next week. You know what's happening right now. It's 8:49 Eastern, 5:49 Pacific time, and the current score of this Monday Night Football Cowboys Cardinals is 0-0.
Good for me.
Midway through the first.
Let's go.
Chiefs Bills happened. Boring game.
Yeah.
Bad weather. Watched pretty much the whole thing. It was enjoyable. I was glad I could sit down and watch a football game. Been very busy. If you don't know, I'm attempting my Eagle Scout. Most people that watch this are either close friends. Tim, you want us to talk about the Big East? Maybe we'll talk about the Big East. Thank you for the shout.
Big East basketball, Tim?
Yeah, but it was nice. I have Josh Allen as my quarterback. Didn't play the greatest, but I'll probably win him at 125 points against. Oh, Michael Gallup just got a catch for 6 yards.
Not what you like to see, but it's
not what I like to see. But he needs to drop 26.21 points in basically 50 minutes. I don't think he'll do that. So, Josh said the kid on the right creeps me out. I think that's Marco.
Well,
you want to take bets? That's Marco then?
It's definitely Marco. I am sitting in the dark, but that was because the lighting was really off. I don't know why. So,
anything's catch your eye from week 6? I have a few.
NFL wise,
Titans coming all the way back. Ryan Tannehill playing just like he did in the playoffs, even better. Colts coming all the way back. Broncos beating the Patriots with a 2-interception, very hurt Drew Lock. Ravens narrowly beating the Eagles.
These are all things. Well,
Jets getting shut out against the Dolphins, and then the Buccaneers winning by 28. The Niners as well, I think, is something that needs to be said.
So there was a few games.
It was a good weekend in football. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but there were definitely a few games that I thought actually stood out more than others, and I think one of them was the Steelers kind of demolishing the Browns. Baker Mayfield apparently was dealing with some sore ribs.
Complete stupid. Baker Mayfield sucks.
The Browns won 4 in a row, and the Steelers kind of just destroyed them. I think the Steelers are a contender for the AFC this year. I know they're already 6-0. They're pretty much a lock for the playoffs at this point. With one of the best defenses in the league, where in a year where the NFL just isn't playing defense, they could be trouble in the playoffs against a team like the Chiefs because they have a defense that can actually do some damage against the Chiefs. I know Big Ben's probably not his prime, but
he's playing well. A year off definitely helped them. Hashash, I'm assuming that's Marco and Amani's talking. MVP question mark. Tim, we'll get to your Big East question in a second. Thank you guys for the comments, even though we kind of know who you are. And you're all together right now.
Why is his name Hashash?
Russell Wilson, Seahawks Super Bowl. This is coming from a Seahawks fan. Russell Wilson, I think, is top 3. I think it's probably Patty Mahomes, Russell Wilson, maybe Alvin Kamara. Maybe a dark horse on defense.
Tossing Ryan Tannehill if the Titans keep playing like this.
Wow.
I've seen some sleeper picks for him.
Wow. I mean, maybe. Seahawks Super Bowl. Jamal Adams needs to come back, and they need to get at least one.
The Seahawks are not. The Seahawks are not a good enough team. They're not a good enough team on defense.
You know who I think would have been? The Steelers.
I just said that.
Steelers or Chiefs, I think, are going to end up winning this. Not Ravens. Everyone was saying the Ravens are hungry.
Lamar needs to be able to throw the ball better. That's a big deal right now for the Ravens. I think the Chiefs are definitely the top team right now, just in my opinion.
The Steelers, though, have really impressed me.
And the Buccaneers.
And the Bears. The Bears, Ben. The Bears.
Super Bowl, I think the Bears will make the playoffs.
First round pick. If Mac Jones slides, someone emerges. We draft a good quarterback, a Pro Bowl level quarterback. Not saying top 5, top 6, top 7, but a 7 through 12 quarterback for 5 years will win a Super Bowl. A quarterback, Ben. We pick up a good running back in free agency. Use our third and fourth, or second and fourth round picks on right guards and a right guard and a right tackle. We're so good.
The problem with like what you're saying is, I know our defense is awesome right now, and we can pretend that we can ignore it. Bear down. But defenses are very inconsistent in the NFL. It goes one year to the next. Last year, our defense went from best in the league to still good, but we were 6-10. And the difference in that was that a few guys got injured. This year, we've been very lucky health-wise, and we need that to keep going. I think the Bears overall have been one of the luckiest teams in the NFL so far. So, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying we need to take some of that into consideration.
So, Ben, I want to say something really quickly that's kind of funny. This Friday, the Rays are technically – this Saturday, the Rays are technically playing a home game at 7 o'clock. The cheapest ticket you can get, $1,026. You will never see a Rays ticket, even in the first game in Montreal. Like, the biggest game ever in Rays history will never be past $1,000. Even a World Series at home. I just don't see it.
I know. But
so I kind of want to do something with that just to be funny, even though it's, of course, in Arlington with minimal
How many fans are being allowed?
No clue.
Why?
I don't know. Let's talk. I say we go back, talk Big East basketball. That Michigan basketball is going to be bad this year.
I disagree, but
Mike Smith, though. Mike Smith.
I'm just going to say some names. Mike Smith, Hunter Dickinson, Isaiah Livers, Eli Brooks.
Dickinson overrated. Isaiah Livers pretty good.
Franz Wagner's pretty good. This team, I'm not saying that we're going to contend for great things, but I think that if the tournament plays out, Michigan is a solid 5 through 8 seed.
Maybe. I remember a year when they were the 11 seed playing Tulsa. Don't think
they did win. They did. That was a rough
Tim says, Amani, get off Marco's account.
Brad, do you actually remember who beat Michigan in the next round that year? You probably don't. It was one of your favorite teams.
Notre Dame?
Yeah. Notre Dame, the 6th seed, came back from a big halftime deficit.
Darian Grant, Pat Connaughton, Bonzi Colson.
Pat Connaughton. They were pretty good.
Zach Augusti. Yeah. I probably know more players than you did off that team.
Well, that is.
I'm not even a basketball fan of Notre Dame.
Whoops. It's kind of strange that he's not a basketball fan of Notre Dame.
I mean,
he picks and chooses his sports.
Man, this is too funny. Okay.
Oh man, the Cardinals are driving right now. But
they are?
Okay. A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Let's talk NFL predictions for next week, spreads, etc. Over under.
Yeah.
Week 7 in the NFL season's going by fast. I don't like it.
Yeah, it is.
Come on. My ESPN is loading.
All right, I'm gonna pull it.
I don't know spreads in my head. Sorry,
All right,
guys.
I got it. Let's see.
All right, Thursday night, Philadelphia 3.5. I'm taking the Eagles in that one. Actually, no, that's a stupid game. I think that's.
Who are the Eagles playing, Brad? I need
Giants.
3.5. I'll take the Eagles there.
Hey, Thursday night, Ben. You got baseball and football. That'll be a good night. A good night. I really quickly, I need to say something. Having games on Monday and Tuesday, especially Monday early in the day, is phenomenal. Viewers might not be the same, but having a 4 o'clock game on Monday and then a 7 o'clock game is
There's
so
stuff
great.
to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly, because you have so many games on Sunday. And Tim said no ACC Big East. Okay, Tim. Really
Tim,
quickly,
let's chill, my guy.
Tim, Marquette's going to win it all. You happy? Marquette's winning it all. Just kidding. No way Villanova
Marcus
loses
Howard
this year.
leaves. The Hauser brothers left him. Your dream was crushed.
No way Villanova loses this year. I'm going to be completely honest.
Creighton.
I would actually bet my life savings and my college fund on it.
Let's
Creighton, Baylor, Gonzaga, Illinois. I think Illinois is second best team in college basketball.
I think Iowa. Brett, Iowa's better than Illinois this year. I'm sorry to say.
Iowa, Illinois, Creighton, Villanova, top 4, all Big East and Big Ten teams.
I feel like there's going to be a team that sneaks in, like an ACC team.
Well, yeah,
maybe
the final. Those teams will be in the Final Four. That never happens, but injuries, whatever. Regardless of injuries, except like a top 3 or 4 player from Villanova, I think Villanova makes it.
Are we going to finish NFL stuff?
Yeah. Lions, Falcons. Falcons 2.5. I'd probably take the Lions.
I'm taking the Falcons' new coach. I think they looked good last week.
They look decent. Browns, Bengals. Browns by 3.5. That's just. I think these are bad games. These are bad betting games. I'm not gonna lie. Ben, do you have something to say? I'm just gonna skip it.
I think the Bengals actually win this game.
Some of these bad games, like I don't know.
The Bengals looked pretty good last week. They collapsed. The Browns, I think they're struggling.
This is a fabulous game. Steelers, Titans, battle of the unbeatens.
And they have the Steelers favored,
by
even though it's in Tennessee.
Bad game to bet on. I wouldn't bet, but that's gonna be a good game. I have James Conner, Derrick Henry both starting for me this week too. Look at that. Chase Claypool, 335, 4 touchdowns. Go Irish. Panthers, Saints. New Orleans by 7.5. Bad betting as well.
I would take the under there, or I would take the Panthers to cover.
I don't know. So far, nothing for me. Doesn't look like I'll have a parlay going, but I'm not allowed to bet legally, so I don't do that.
Wait, there's no line for Bills Jets?
Yeah, well, because the Bills they need to have time to whatever. Cowboys, Washington. Cowboys by 3.5. Depends what happens tonight.
What do you hold up, Brad? I want to ask you, what do you think the Bills line will be? I think it'll be 12.
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
12?
Against the Jets, I think it'll be 13.5.
All right.
That might be a little high. I like yours more, but I wanted to make it a little different. Packers, Texans, Green Bay 3.5. Packers.
I know the records look off, but the Texans are actually not bad. I would still go Packers, but
I'd also take the over. The over is 56.5 there.
You take the over there? That's a pretty high over under.
It is, but Seahawks, Cardinals, Seahawks 3.5. Depends what happens tonight, but Seahawks won a lot of close games though. But 3.5. It's been super close.
I think Seattle's due to lose one, so maybe this one, but I still think
it depends what the Cardinals play tonight. But all their wins have been like 2 points, 3 points. Chiefs Broncos not up. I'm assuming that'll be like 10 points Chiefs, maybe 11 or 12.
Although the Broncos did win, so maybe they would.
That's right. Yeah. 49ers Patriots, New England by 3. I'd take the Niners there.
I'd take the Niners there too.
That's probably the most confident the most confident I am with any of these. The last 3:25 or 4:25 Eastern game, Jaguars Chargers by 8. Bad game to bet on. I'm not going to bet on that. Any thoughts? But tickets as low as $32.
I bet on the Jaguars covering, but I picked that for my picks, but I don't know if that's
Monster said undefeated season, and Monster, if you can see something, is that Star Wars?
And he also spelled season wrong. I'm just gonna note that.
Monster, you have a Star Wars profile picture at age 15, nearly 16.
That's tough.
And he left the show.
Wow.
For proof, I'll pull up another one. Him saying no. There it is. Buccaneers, Raiders. That'll be a good game.
That's a good game. Bro, NBC.
That'll be a good game. Yeah.
Sunday Night Football gets the good games, I'm telling you.
Sunday Night Football, I love Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels are phenomenal.
Yeah, that's one of the best.
Tampa Bay by 3. I can't bet on that. The only game these are really tight. These are good spreads this week. The only one I'm taking though, like if I were to bet, would probably be Green Bay Texans,
49ers,
and then the 49ers Patriots.
And how about the final game of the week, Bears Rams? That'll be an interesting game.
I'm taking Bears. 5.5 for LA. Taking Bears.
I think I'll take the Bears because LA has been beating up on some bad teams.
So yeah, and then the Vikings, Ravens, Dolphins, and Colts all have buys.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that graphic. That's never been there before. That's kind of cool.
Ben, another great episode. I don't have any more to talk about.
We had some solid, just kind of betting advice there.
Yeah, and good comments too. I enjoyed the comments. Went over college football, NFL, talked about MLB and how the Rays are actually having decent ticket sales for a home game, even though it's thousands of miles away from Tampa Bay. Basketball, of course, the Lakers won. I think you guys all know that.
That actually happened after.
Yeah.
We've been on a break.
And then NHL finished a while ago. I think once MLB stops, I'll be going deep into NBA draft. No one's been talking about the NBA draft.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. Football has really been taking over. The NBA draft is actually in 30 days. It's November 19th. Might be 29, or like 28 or something, but it's coming up. I'll be watching. I'll be excited. And yeah, another episode. Thank you guys for watching. Ben, any last regards? Any last comments? Concerns, criticisms?
Let's just hope that the games stay interesting.
Yes, for sure.
All right.
Christian Kirk touchdown. Thank you, Tay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's bad for me. Pray for me. Kyler does badly. Let's go.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in another episode.